Applications of ionization energy. Generally, metallic character. So, metallic character means the metals are capable to donating electron easily and form the cation. This is positive charge ion is called cation. So, the metals which can be easily donating electron and form cation, that is have a good metal, that is strong metal or good metal. The tendency of donating electron is decreases. Metallic character also decreases. Which is the strong metal? How can we know that? Very simple. If the metal is capable to donating electron easily and form the cation, then that metal is strong metal or good metal. So, first of all, if you take here metallic character, what it is? Electron donating tendency or electron giving tendency. So when the electron donating tendency, metallic character is increases, electron giving tendency is increases, what it will be increases? I am saying metallic character is increases. So that means we can easily remove the electron from their valence shell. But electron giving tendency is decreases. What will happen? Metallic character is decreases. When the metallic character is decreases, ionization energy is increases. Metallic character decreases, ionization energy is increases. What is ionization energy? To remove the electron from their valence shell, that is called ionization energy. If you can remove the electron easily, that is ionization energy is less. If the electron is tightly bounded, then what will happen? Removing of electron is difficult, so ionization energy is more. So here what will happen? Which metal, which element electron giving tendency is more? Metallic character is more. When the metal character is more, IP is less. IP is less. So more metallic character will be there. That element must be contain low ionization potential. Generally, metallic character is decreases. That means electron donating tendency, giving tendency is decreases. Electron giving tendency increases means what will be decreases? Metallic character decreases. Metallic character decreases, ionization energy is increases, because metallic character, that means electron giving tendency, is inversely proportional to ionization energy. You must be remember this point. So that means metallic character is more, ionization energy is less. Metallic character is more, ionization energy is less. So the strong metal must contain low ionization potential. So this is one of the metallic character. It is purely depend upon which one? Ionization energy. If you take in the first period, first year group elements, what is? Lithium, sodium, potassium. What will be increases here? From lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. In a first group elements, what happens here? Generally, orbit number increases. In this group, what will happen here? Orbit number increases. Orbit number increases, what will happen? Radius is increases. When the radius is increases, metallic character is increases. What will be increases? Metallic character is increases. So from lithium to potassium, metallic character is increases, which is having in this case lithium, sodium, potassium, which is more metallic character. Potassium is having more metallic character, but potassium is having less ionization potential out of these three elements. If you take in the period from left to right, sodium, magnesium, aluminum, from left to right if you go that one, what will happen? Atomic radius is decreases. When the atomic radius is decreases, what will happen? Metallic character is decreases. What will happen? Metallic character is decreases. Metallic character decreases. That's why from left to right, metallic character decreases. So sodium is strong metal compared with magnesium and aluminum, because atomic radius and metallic character both are directly proportional with each other. Which one? Atomic radius, metallic character, both will be directly proportional with each other. Atomic radius decreases, metallic character decreases. But metallic character and ionization potential inversely proportional with each other. Whenever metallic character increases, ionization energy is decreases. So generally from top to bottom along the group, metallic character is increases. That's why ionization potential values are decreases. But in the periods from left to right along the period, what will happen? Metallic character is decreases. That's why ionization potential values are increases. I hope that you are very clear here, students. It is very easy concept. Another one, reducing power. Another concept word is application, reducing power. What is reducing power? Metals are very good reducing agents. Metals are very good reducing agents. For suppose if you take here copper, zinc. For suppose if you take this reaction, have a look at that. Generally in this example, the zinc loss of 2 electrons to form zinc plus 2 ion. Whenever plus charge will be formed, loss of electrons when it is possible, then only the metal can be converted into metallic ion. So here in this case, zinc, it is having the oxidation number 0. It loses how many electrons? 2 electrons. Then only zinc changes into zinc plus 2. So loss of electrons generally called as oxidation. Loss of electrons is called oxidation. Loss of electrons is always called as oxidation. So zinc can be converted into zinc plus 2. It is called oxidation. But the adjacent element what will be there? That is acts as a reducing agent. What is that is considered as a reducing agent. Okay students, I hope that you are very clear here. The other element will be, okay, I made a mistake. Please allow me to correct it. Metals are acts as good reducing agents. So zinc will be there. Copper plus 2 changes into copper plus zinc plus 2. Here observe that plus 2 to 0. Loss of electrons is called oxidation. Gain of electrons is called reduction. Gain of electrons is called reduction. So copper is having plus 2 charge. It gains 2 electrons. It contains neutral charge. It contains neutral charge. That means here gaining of how many electrons? 2 electrons. When the electron gains, positive charge is nullified by the negative charge. So copper plus 2 gain of 2 electrons, then only it will be neutralized. So Cu plus 2 converts into Cu. Gain of electrons is called what is? Reduction. So copper plus 2 can be converted into copper. This is the process of reduction. This is purely depend upon the adjacent substance. This is acts as a reducing agent. This is acts as a good reducing agent. Reducing agent means it will be capable to reduce the other substance. So the zinc element is capable to reduce the copper plus 2 convert into copper. So here zinc is acts as a reducing agent. That means it will be undergo reduction of other substance. So here what will happens? Have a look at that. So metals are very good reducing agents because metals will be oxidized. Metals will be oxidized means it is loss of electrons. Metals are loss of electrons. Whenever loss of electrons, we are called what is? Oxidation. So metals undergo oxidation. When it can undergo oxidation, it is more metallic character. When it is more metallic character, they are having low ionization potential. So metals are very good reducing agent due to the reasons metals can undergo easy oxidation. What is easy oxidation? They can loss of electrons very easily. So that's why ionization energy is low. So ultimately what we have to write that one here, reducing power is inversely proportional to ionization energy. So generally metals are acts as a strong reducing agents. Reducing agent means reducing power. Reducing power is more. Metallic character is more. Metallic character is more. When the metallic character is more, ionization potential is less. Generally reducing power is also called reducing agent. Reducing power is also called reducing agents. So which metals are acts as good reducing agents? Those metals are having more metallic character, but those metals must be contain ionization energy is less. Those metals ionization energy values are very less. Which one? Which are acts as good reducing agent? Those metals are having more metallic character, but their ionization energy values are, or ionization potential values are very less. What is good reducing agent? The element which can be easily undergo oxidation. What is oxidation? Loss of electron. So the element which can be easily donating electron or giving electron, that element can undergo oxidation. Which element is undergo oxidation? That is acts as a good reducing agent. That is also a good reducing power. Reducing power or reducing power increases, metallic character increases, ionization potential decreases. So ionization potential here influencing the reducing power of the metals. So which metal is more reducing power? That is having less ionization potential. Which element is having less reducing character? That is having more ionization potential. I hope you are very clear here, students. Another one, oxidation state. The third application is oxidation state. What is oxidation state? The state in which the elements behaves to be stable, that state is called oxidation state. The state in which the elements behaves to be stable, that state is called oxidation state. For suppose sodium at a 0 state, sodium plus 1 state. At which state sodium is more stable? That means in the case of sodium plus 1, sodium is more stable. Compare with the sodium atom, which is more stable. This is the sodium atom, because charge is electrically neutral. No positive charge, no negative charge means zero charge. Which are having zero charge? Atoms. But this is sodium plus 1 ion, cation. Plus charge will be there, that is called cation. So compare with the sodium atom, sodium plus 1 cation is more stable. So here charge how much? Plus 1. So that's why the state in which the elements behaves to be stable, that state is called oxidation state. So sodium is oxidation state of sodium how much? Oxidation state of sodium is how much? Plus 1. So whenever sodium containing plus 1 charge, it is more stable. That's why plus 1 is called oxidation state. So what is the oxidation state? The state at which the elements behaves to be stable, that state is called oxidation state. Take a look here. Generally, if you take alkali metal, which are alkali metals? Which are alkali metals? Yes, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium. The first year group elements are called alkali metals. Which one? Lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium. All these are first year group elements or alkali metals. These metals always shows plus 1 oxidation state. These metals oxidation state how much? Plus 1. That means all these elements are more stable at plus 1 state. That's why their oxidation state is, or oxidation number is plus 1. Why it will be shows plus 1 oxidation state? What is the reason? In their valency shell, they containing how many electrons? Only 1 electron. All these are metals. In their valence shell, how many electrons will be there? Only 1 electron. Lithium 2s1, lithium 2s1, sodium in their valence shell 3s1, potassium in their valence shell 4s1 electronic configuration, rubidium in their valence shell 5s1, cesium 6s1. That means we can write that one simply. ns1 electronic configuration is present in all the alkali metals. So when the 1 electron will be there, all these are metals. Metals always undergo oxidation. That means they are capable to donating electron. They are giving the tendency to donating electron or loss of electrons. That's why all these elements donating 1 electron from their valence shell to achieve the stable electronic configuration. That's why at plus 1 state all these elements are more stable than that of atomic state. Compare with atomic state. That's why compare with sodium atom, sodium plus 1 is more stable. Compare with potassium atom, potassium plus 1 is more stable, because when these metals are donating one electron from their valence shell, then these elements to achieve stable electronic configuration. That's why in their valence shell one electron will be there. All these are metals. When the metals will be there, they are capable to donating electron, because metals are always undergo oxidation. Oxidation means loss of electrons or donating electron. When the one electron donating from their valence shell, the atom can be converted into ions. So one electron donated, that's why charge is +1. So at this state these elements are more stable. So generally these metals donating electron, so more stable. Whenever more stable, they are having more ionization energy. So compare with the sodium atom, sodium plus 1 is more stable, so sodium plus 1 is having more ionization potential. Are you clear so far, students? Sodium and sodium plus 1 will be there. Which is more stable? Yes, sodium plus 1 is more stable. Which is having more stable? Sodium plus 1. That's why stability increases, ionization potential or ionization energy is increases. So sodium plus 1 is more stable and is more ionization potential than that of parent sodium atom. Have a look at that. Lithium. For your sake, I take example here. Lithium. Lithium atomic number is 3. That's why 3 electrons are there. What is that electronic configuration? 1s2, 2s1. So in their valence shell, how many electrons are there? 1 electron will be there. What is first ionization energy? I had already explained that one. You have to remove 1 electron from the valence shell of isolated neutral gaseous atom. We have to remove the electron from the valence shell of isolated neutral gaseous atom. Isolated means single atom. So is it gaseous atom? So you must be taken gaseous atom. So this is neutral or not? Neither positive charge nor negative charge. From this valence shell, you should remove 1 electron. That is called first ionization energy. When the electron removed, then the electronic configuration is 1s2. Electron removing means positive charge increases. How many electrons are removing? 1 electron. That's why charge is +1. So metal, how many electrons are donated, that much of positive charges are present on the atom. So lithium loss of 1 electron, that's why +1 charge. Electronic configuration, what happens? 1 electrons are donating, remaining part what will be there? 1s2. Generally 1s2 is the which electronic configuration? Helium electronic configuration is 1s2. Is the helium is noble gas or not? So noble gases are generally more stable. When it is more stable, it is having more ionization energy. That means from this one, from where it is? From lithium +1, removing electron is very difficult. So second ionization energy is more than that of first ionization energy. So we can easily remove the electron from lithium atom. But from lithium monovalent cation, from this one removing electron is difficult. Why the removing of electron is difficult in the case of lithium +1? Because lithium +1 is having a noble gas structure like helium. When the noble gas structure will be there, noble gases are having more stable. Whenever stability is more, ionization potential is more. That's why lithium to lithium +1 removing electron is easy. But lithium +1 to lithium +2 removing of electron is difficult. Here one point, remember that one. Lithium +2, we can also write that one. Lithium plus, both will be correct. +2 you have to write that one, plus. So removing of 1 electron is difficult. Removing of 1 electron is easy. But removing of another electron from univalent cation or monovalent cation, that is very difficult because it is having more ionization energy. So in this case, which is having more ionization potential? So compare with IE1, IE2 is having more ionization potential. Have you understood, students? So removal of second electron is very difficult because removing of second electron, that means from lithium +1 removing of electron is difficult because noble gases, it attains noble gas configuration like helium. When the noble gas configuration will be there, their ionization energy values are exceptionally very high. That's why compare with first ionization potential, second ionization potential is more in the case of lithium. So how many electrons we can easily remove? One electron we can be easily removed from the lithium atom. Another electron removing is very difficult because second ionization energy is more. So here in this case we can remove the electron from lithium atom is very easy. We can remove only one electron is easy. That's why all these elements loss of how many electrons? If you take lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, all these are loss of only one electron. Why don't these elements loss of two electrons? Because due to the reason what is? Second ionization energy of alkali metals are very high. Whenever alkali metal second electron removing is very difficult, ionization energy is more. Those elements are highly stable at +1 state. At where it is? At +1 state, those elements are very stable. Students, I hope that you are very clear here. Have you catch my point? If you take alkaline earth metals, which one alkaline earth metals? Beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, radium. These are second year group elements. These second year group elements or group 2 elements are called alkaline earth metals. Generally alkaline earth metal shows which oxidation state? +2 state. That means at +2 state these elements behaves to be more stable. These elements are more stable at where it is? +2 oxidation state. Due to the reason in their valence shell how many electrons are there? 2 electrons are there. So these 2 electrons are donating from their valence shell. These elements are more stable. That means ionization energy is more. Have a look at that one. For your sake I take the example here. Beryllium. Beryllium atomic number 4. That's the electronic configuration 1s2 2s2. So which is the valence shell? 2s2 is the valence shell. This is beryllium is the isolated gaseous atom. So it is must be a gas. It is having neutral charge. So from this gaseous atom we have to remove one electron. Then only what will be formed? Monovalent cation will be formed. So from neutral gaseous atom to remove the electron from their valence shell, that is called first ionization energy. So 2 electrons will be there in their valence shell. We remove one electron. Now it contains how many electrons? 2s1. This ionization energy is called first ionization energy. From this one, from univalent cation, you have to remove another electron. That means 2s loss of another electron. Then remaining part what will be there? 1s2 will be there because it is donating electron. It will be converted into beryllium +2. So from monovalent or univalent cation to remove the electron from their valence shell, the given amount of energy is called second ionization energy. So when the electron is removing from beryllium +1, it will be from beryllium +2. Beryllium +2 is having which configuration? 1s2. Generally 1s2 is the which element electronic configuration? Helium element electronic configuration. Generally helium is the noble gas like structure. When it is having noble gas like structure, it is having more stable. When it is more stable, it is having more ionization potential. More ionization potential. So from this one beryllium +2, we have to removing the electron, that is called what is? Third ionization energy. From neutral gaseous atom you have to remove the electron, that is first ionization energy. From univalent cation to remove the electron, that is second ionization energy. From bivalent cation to remove the electron, that is third ionization energy. This is the bivalent cation. +2 charge will be there. From this one removing the electron, that is called third ionization energy. But third ionization energy is very more because beryllium +2 is having which configuration? Helium like configuration. Helium is what it is? Noble gas configuration. That's why this is more stable. So it is having more ionization potential. So we can easily remove how many electrons? 2 electrons. So beryllium can be converted into beryllium +1 is easy. Beryllium +1 can be converted into beryllium +2 is easy because removing of 2 electrons is easy. But beryllium +2 can be converted into beryllium +3 is very difficult because beryllium +2 is having helium like noble gas structure like helium. So when the noble gas structure will be there, that one is having more stable. So ultimately ionization potential is more. So removing of 2 electrons are easy, but third electron removing is difficult. So how many electrons loses easily? 2 electrons. That's why these elements is capable to donating 2 electrons from their valence shell. So ns2, 2 electrons will be there. So all these metals donating how many electrons? 2 electrons from their valence shell. If they are donating 2 electrons from their valence shell, they are more stable. When the more stable, all these are having more ionization energy values. So why these elements donating 2 electrons? Which one? Alkaline earth metals, because third ionization energy is very high. In the case of alkaline earth metals, we can only remove how many electrons? Easily 2 electrons. That's why these metals are capable to donating 2 electrons to form bivalent cations. So removal of third electron is very difficult. That means how many electrons we can remove easily? 2 electrons. That's why these elements are stable at +2 oxidation state. After that, comparison of second and third ionization energy values. Generally, first ionization energy, which is more? I had already explained this one. Compare with copper, zinc is having more ionization energy, because copper and zinc, this is atomic number 29, this atomic number is 30. This is 3d10 4s1, this is 3d10 4s2. So in the case of zinc, S subshell is completely filled, but in the case of copper, 4s1, this is half filled structure. 4s1 is half filled structure. Here in the case of zinc, 4s2 is fully filled structure. Which structure is more stable? Yes, fully filled structure is more stable. So zinc is more stable. That's why this is having more IP. So from this one, removing of electron is from this one, from the zinc, we have to removing electron is difficult. So ionization energy is more. So compare with copper, which is having more ionization potential. Zinc is more ionization potential. This is IE1. So IE1 of zinc is more than that of copper. I had already narrated this concept. But here we have to discuss about second and third ionization energy values. So in the case of IE1, zinc is more ionization potential. But in the second ionization energies, copper is having more ionization potential than zinc. In the first case, IE1, which is more? Zinc is more than that of copper. But IE2, second ionization energy, which is more? Copper is having more ionization energy. So we have to discuss about second and third ionization energy. Why the second ionization energy of copper is more? Why the copper is having more second ionization energy? First of all, you should take the zinc. In their valence shell, what will be there? 4s2. So more stable. When it is more stable, from this one removing of electron is difficult. So IE1 is more. So when it loses one electron, zinc can be converted into zinc plus 1 ion. So in their valence shell, what will be there? 4s1 will be there. So generally, whenever one electron will be there, from this one, from univalent cation, you have to remove another electron. That is called second ionization energy. So from univalent cation to remove one electron from their valence shell, that ionization energy is called second ionization energy. So first ionization energy is fully filled structure. Second ionization energy is half filled structure. Which is more stable? Fully filled structure is more stable. That's why IE1 is greater than that of IE2. We know that. Have you looked at here? In the case of copper, IE1, if you take that one, this is 4s1. This is 4s0. So 4s1, half filled structure. From this one, removing of electron is easy. Half filled structure. So what will happen? 3d10 will be formed. So after that one, what will be formed? Univalent cation. So univalent cation, d subshell is completely filled. When the d subshell is completely filled, it is more stable. When it is more stable, this is having more ionization energy. So in the case of Cu plus 1 can be converted into Cu plus 2, is very difficult to remove the electron, because here 3d subshell is completely filled, 3d10. So when it is d subshell is completely filled, that is fully filled structure. So it is having more stable. Whenever more stable, it is more ionization energy. So second ionization energy is more in the case of copper. But in the case of zinc, it is having what is 4s1. When it is having 4s1 electron, half filled structure will be there. Removing of electron is easy. 3d10 is the fully filled structure in the case of copper. but in the case of zinc 4s1 half filled. So half filled structures are more generally half filled structures are less stable than that of fully filled structure. So copper is having fully filled structure, zinc is having half filled structure. So which is having more stable structure? Fully filled structure of copper is more stable, that's why it is having more ionization energy. So zinc plus 1 and copper plus 1, if you take these second ionization energy values, which is having more ionization energy? Yes, obviously copper is having more ionization energy. That's why I have written like this. Copper is having more ionization energy because copper in their second ionization energy, what will happen? It is having 3d10 electronic configuration in their valence shell. Zinc is having 4s1. So which is having fully filled? 3d10 is fully filled. So it is fully filled. So it is having more stable. So obviously it is having more ionization energy. Which one? Copper. But in the case of IE1, zinc is having 4s2 electronic configuration. Copper is having a 4s1 electronic configuration. This is fully filled structure. This is a half filled structure. Which structure is more stable? Fully filled structure is more stable. That's why compare with zinc, which is more ionization energy? Zinc is having more ionization energy. I hope that you are very clear here, students. Of course, I know that one, it is some more difficult, but will you able to understand the concept? It is very easiest concept. Okay, students, today's session is over. In the next session, we will have to discuss about comparison of second, third, fourth ionization energies. Thank you, students, for bearing me. Thank you. Goodbye.